Thanks for coming in.
What I will say, Brian, is that what I've outlined is completely consistent with discussions we've previously had with the states through the COAG process.
But, Mr. Rudd, I haven't asked you to say anything yet.
Well, unless you're aware of something I'm not aware of, Brian, which may well be the case, what I'm saying is not inconsistent with what the states already know through that central process, Brian.
Sure. Mr. Rudd, you made your State of the Nation address.
Well, it's not actually called that, Brian, but that's actually a very good idea. That's not a bad idea.
Well, you did provide an overall view, didn't you?
I did.
In terms of education.
A very important platform of ours, Brian, and one we went to the country with. We went to the electorate with this policy.
And your government has been criticised, hasn't it, for not having a narrative?
It has, and thank you, Paul. But we do have a narrative. We do have a strong narrative.
What is it, Mr. Rudd?
The Rudd government's narrative?
Yep.
Sitting comfortably, are you, Brian?
I am.
Once upon a time, I commissioned an enormous number of reports and studies, and we've been going through those now, and I speak here of Julia and Wayne, and Chuka and Biffo and Ballbag, and Sneezy and Dopey, and Donna and Rudolph and Blitz and Brian. We've been through this, and what I announced this week is a consequence of our analysis of those very important studies.
So you do have a narrative?
We do have a narrative,
right.
Indeed.
Good.
What I'm saying to you is that this is the education part of the narrative I've announced.
And it's not an attempt to negotiate power away from the states?
No, it isn't, Brian, but of course that's where the argy-bargy will come from.
What do you mean, argy-bargy?
Oh, argy-bargy, there'll be plenty of argy-bargy. What I mean by that, Brian, is that I'm expecting a vigorous debate when we take this to the states.
But why?
Well, because they're not going to like having their power taken away from them.
So you are going to take the power away from them?
No, but that's the way they'll see it, Brian, and that will be the source of the argy-bargy.
So how will this play out in your narrative?
Chapter 2, Brian.
Oh.
Sitting comfortably?
Very.
With one bound, Kevin was free. He jumped on his bike and he took off towards the teachers' union.
Did he have a safety helmet?
Good point. Pulling on his safety helmet.
Because he should have a safety helmet on before he moves, shouldn't he?
He did. Yeah,
right.
I misread that.
Okay.
He did.
And a little jacket with the luminous bits on it on the sleeve?
Brian, the teachers' union will get away if Kevin doesn't move swiftly.
Yeah, but Mr. Rudd, you want the kids to read this book, don't you?
He pulled on his little jacket with the luminous bits on the sleeves.
And checking all the safety features on his bike before moving away.
Brian, the states will work out what little Kevin's going to do if you don't let him hurry up.
Well, he's cunning, isn't he?
He's very cunning. That's what it's called, Brian.
What, the narrative?
Yeah.
What's it called?
It's called Cunning Little Kevin and the 6 States and 2 Territories.
Sounds good.
They didn't see him coming.